to January. So as the labor force increased 53.9 million to 154.4 million, the non-institutional population increased by 242.3 million, meaning those not in the labor force surged from 86.7 million to 87.9, which means the civilian labor force tumbled to a fresh 30-year low of 63.7. That means the number of people working and looking is just 63% of our population. And it's when you take those numbers, or when you shrink the labor force, you are reducing the overall universe of jobs, and therefore the unemployment rate can do nothing but come down. It can do nothing but fall when you reduce the universe number that employed and unemployed are being measured against. Now, we noted the other day, the Congressional Budget Office does not forget their report. We're looking at 1% economic growth in 2013, 2.2% economic growth this year. And the CBO report that we had admits that the labor force numbers are skewing the real unemployment number down. That was part of their report that we told you about, I think, on Wednesday. And if it were more accurate, the unemployment rate would be 1.25% higher than it currently figures to be. This is what it's all in the story that we had on Wednesday. I ought to go back to the archives and get it. But the CBO explained all of this, and they said if the labor force participation rate doesn't decrease, if they don't reduce it, then add 1.25% to 8.3, and you have a 9.5% unemployment number today. And a 16% unemployment rate U6. Now that's not the only good news. It's not the only good. Look at this. This is from an outfit called a Partnership for Strong Communities. Report finds marginal declines in U.S. homelessness. Folks, this is a scoop. Since this miracle has not been reported anywhere else that I have seen. We are supposed to believe here that the number of homeless went down from 2009 to 2011, which just happens to coincide with the time Obama's been in the White House. A new report from the National Alliance to End Homelessness shows that a nationwide 1% decrease in homelessness. Although the National Alliance to End Homelessness notes this is not indicative of a permanent trend. Yep, we had a Republican back in the White House. Homelessness will shoot right back up. The State of Homelessness in America 2012 used data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's collection of points-in-time homeless counts gathered from all the states from 2009 to 2011. And the report showed a nationwide 1% decrease in homelessness. You know what's bogus about this? We don't know. Remember the homeless census that we had to do way back when? For you youngins, there used to be a guy by the name of Mitch Snyder for in Washington, Committee Coalition for Nonviolence. Martin Sheen, a big supporter. Martin Sheen would go to Washington now and then in a cold winter night, and he'd kick a homeless guy off his sewer grate, and Martin Sheen would sleep on it to show solidarity with the freezing homeless. And a lot of celebrities, and then they'd have homeless dinners where they'd eat cardboard or some such thing, and then after it was over, then they'd go chow down somewhere. And they pegged the number of homeless at 3 million for years. Decades, 3 million, and nobody ever knew. It was a wild guess. The media ran with it. There was no authority for it, no source authority. Finally, they decided to do a homeless census, and what a boondoggle that was. They sent government census-type people into the worst neighborhoods in the country to try to count the homeless sleeping in cardboard boxes. The homeless, of course, were violent people in many cases, and these census takers got scared. The number they came up with, if I recall, was about 750,000. Now, this was in